Hello YouTubers! Welcome to 5.6 Genshin Impact. My name is JC and where are we exactly right now? Well, we here in Poisson Underground for this. This is like the underground city when Nabi is visiting for Poisson. But not Inigo Poisson, it's the... Where are we exactly? What place is this? Not the Poisson. If my theory is correct, but I'm not sure where are we now. I think we're underground in Botane. I forgot is the name. Wait, let's see. Now I remember. Fleur Sandra. If it goes underground like this. You can see there's an underground right here, and there's just the where the hotel's at the place called Hotel de Bard. So we're in the underground. Yeah, that was on. My bad. Because I didn't play a while since like a while, but you get the gist of it. So yeah. So excuse me for that. My knowledge is for the where we at. So where the Fleur Sandra. If I pronounce it right or some sort. We're rolling for Escoffier and the 4-star character Aoife. If you missed it on the previous update, go check it right here and see. Is that I was a bit scoffing for last time, and it's like, oh shoot, we don't know where we're supposed to go, and this little girl running around for that track. She's just like to explore some stuff. But before we start rolling for Escoffier and Aoife debut, there's something changes a little bit in the system optimizations besides the a minor little one. So if you go to the wish area, we have besides enough for those ones to get the all this stuff already. So, and there's the Etopic Invocation. There's the Symphonic Sets. It's the Escoffier's signature weapon, and then Verdict is back for more, I guess. So yeah, everyone loves this weapon so much, so we have the chance to get it. But I want to start rolling, but as soon as possible. But let's talk about this weapon. Is the Syphilis of Sense. Attack increased by 12%. He is an off-fielder. That's a big choice. If it gets healing by equipment, the character with Sweet Echoes increases attack 32%. Funny enough is that the first ever we've seen this was does any characters have healing ability just like the other ones? But I'm afraid I don't know whose character's getting like Zhongli is like C6, so he has a heal itself. But if he has the first ever healing was for this one, it might be for healing for everybody. So yeah, I didn't know, but and also crit rate too. If you pay attention, that would be good. So I'm picking the Trident one. Looks really cool because I have a bunch of the claymores and stuff, but I'm always be ready for that one. So Aoife is debuting. I'm surprising that Aurora is another returning for this one, and Layla, it's been a while for that. That makes sense. The Team Cryo, or you want to go with the Navia. But to be honest, I've been bad luck for Navia for 50-50 loss for this one. It took me a while, but if a chance it goes around a little bit, so I'm still at 50-50 loss to Baressa from the previous one, because the last time was the 5.4 was the I got lucky for Movica. I got a 50-50 loss to what's it, Sinali? Yeah. And then this 5.5, I have a feeling I got lost by Varesa too. After that, we got all of this right now. Makes sense because we have both of them characters to be each side of the draw, so it might be capture radius again, so that was a cool thing. So maybe I was miscounted right now. My brain's like, uh-oh, that's not gonna do for some sort. Let me check the history and we'll see what was gonna see is what we have. Okay, so far we have for 5 or 80. So let's go start with 10, I guess. I miscounted already, but let's get started for 10. Layla, hello, nice. Do I have enough Laylas for this? Let me see. Do we have enough Laylas? Oh, just the book. Oh, we don't have another Laylas right now. That's the first 10. Okay, dokie. Now I'm mentioning this one. It changed it a little bit from the instead of using with the like cover the blurs this one, and this might be interesting to add it some sort if you want to buy it some sort. That's a new thing for mentioning it. So yeah, a little minor. That's good to fix up. So let's roll with 20. Okay, that's a 20. But where's Aoife? Give me Aoife. Auroron? Okay, not bad, not bad. Auroron, I guess. Okay. Let's go with 30. Aoife's here? 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. No. No Aoife. Wow. 30 with no Aoife. I guess 40 might be a good thing. And what's going on? Why is my... Okay, that's sudden pause. That's sudden pause right now. 31. 32. 33. Yeah.
Hey there, I'm Aoife, a Sorrow vet from the Flower Feather Clan. You've probably heard some things about me already, but it's all good. Whatever impression you have of me, I say let's wipe the slate clean and just get to know each other. Oh yeah, then there's this little dude. That's Kakuku, my assistant. Sorrow vet in a different sense of the word, I guess. I hope the two of you will get along.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Great synchronization, you two, but yeah, nice to meet you. 38, 39, 40. We got Aoife. Nice. No need to worry about that one, and I'm worried about who's gonna win this. Let's go 50. No, I don't think so. And Layla. Okay, Layla. Okay. Alright, 60? No, I don't think it's 60, but it's Raid Slasher. I have a feeling is 70, but I did remember it was Layla. It was the Silali goes first with the Battle Bad 50/50s to start, and then Varessa is moved from 5.5. But this might be a capture radius. 70. What the heck? Okay, we got 2 4 stars. Okay, that's an interesting, but I don't think we're gonna get something. It might be capturing radiance. It's the 80, I guess. I guess we don't know what we're gonna get. 71, 72. Hey, Mizuki! It's been a while, but congratulations, man. I lost 50/50. But yay, we got another one, and I lost! Rats! Start at 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Layla. Well, you're on the race right now, Mizuki, but this is not what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, Mizuki, I did remember I did get something. So that means I miscounted but that one. So okay. That means I got Capture Radiance chance again. If I could get it right for this one. Because right now, when the next banner comes, this thing will happen. So let's reroll it 90. No. It's a sword. 100. Give it 100 or no. No way. No way, bro. Ugh. Okay, we got 110. No, 110. Oh. Well, we got Aoife so far. 110. That's a bit bummer. Let's see. I forgot to use this one. 110, 120. No, again. Auroran again? What's going on? 120 right now, and then let's see. We need a lock for 130. No. And we got Aoife. Yay. 130? And still no Escoffier? Oh no. I guess I am the foolish one right now. Ugh. I'll be right back.
12 seconds later.
Well, I have a good news and bad news. I'll keep going with from the Escoffier's rolling, so that will be chances to get it. So it's 140 or nothing. If it's not, we'll come back in another one. We'll finish up every roll for that one. Sounds good? This is the saddest day ever. Like, when Escoffier going home? For real, like, seriously, 140. Nothing. If I am gonna waste even more for this one. 140 and then it should be enough for this, right?
A lot of boring math later.
150? Please? I guess they don't like us any after all. But we got Aoife. Well, I guess I don't have a ran out of everything of some sort. That means I will get another chance to get this, but I'm gonna get some more grindings, and we'll see you at the back to the aftermath. But this is gonna be a chance to get it, so I'll get something on the screen right there. But I guess we don't have anything left right now. I am sad right now is that we're in trouble right now because we'll have to wait for it another time. So I'll be right back and I'll get to some more rolling for the next like grinding some sort. So
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
yeah, I'm sorry, girl, but I'll see you a bit and we'll get the last stand no matter what. We're back with some new event today, but before I can roll up with the Escoffier's going home or some sort, I'm decided to take a little break for a while until I will get the no matter what. So if you see from the future me again, go skip ahead to proceed from the. Hey, Vanessa, we're trying to talk. Okay, back where I was saying, if you wanted to go skip ahead from the future me out there, I'd rather skip the timeline on this side so that way I'm gonna use it for sort. So, before we start the event, so I want to make sure it's gonna be the half minute again or maybe a little bit. So, I'll make sure the shortest part we can do. We have a Whirling Waltz. This is the first time ever with the Natlan and Fontaine colliding with each other. Kind of looks like something familiar with, some particular with. So we have Risley, Navia, Farida, and this new character Escoffier I was talking about, joining with forces with the Kinich, Ifa, with Auroron, I guess. So yeah, because there's two of them like arguing each other, the almighty Dragon Lord Ahau and Cuckoo, aka the Bro Bird, has returned the building. Boom. Yeah, Bro Bird is back. But this is gonna be only for the shortest portion a little bit, so we'll see why, and then we're gonna start evenly beginning with some sort. So this might be the similar for potions event from Mondstadt, way back from the Jean and Lisa making a Mora business, and now we're gonna do it again. But this time, what will be difference with this? So we're going to see this newsstand, and not sure what we're gonna do. Just to remind you for all of this one, some particular with a for that one. So I'm gonna start with, let's just say let me I'm gonna see who has the voice lines. Because of that, who has us for more? So I guess people are not gonna do anything in particular. So I guess we're looking for was maybe I'm just a bit curious of some sort. So I'm gonna hope to praise her for that one with the Charlotte and Kidich right here. There's the newest ones. Why not? YOLO!
Hey, there's a newsstand over there. Want to grab a copy of the Steambird? We know our Fontanian friends love a little drama. There's no way they let their readers down. Isn't that Charlotte? And standing next to her, surely that can't be Kinich?
How about... Lost treasure resurfaces at last. Behold the beauty of the Remurian teacup.
Hold up. This one's a gem. Illegal restaurant caught serving a soren stew. Provides surprising popular.
Pretty shocking. But it still feels like it's missing something. Ah, got it. Udex gravely wounded in shocking stabbing. Set to miss cross-border smuggling trial.
My oh my. That can't be for real. Fine. I hate to admit it, but you won this one.
Huh? What?
Yeah, what you said, Paimon?
Paimon, hear that right? Nevelet was stabbed and gravely wounded.
Let's jump to the conclusion here, Paimon.
No, surely that can't be right. Can it?
Surely not. Haha, I thought of familiar voices. Well, it was a Traveler and Paimon. And by the way, Charlotte's VA is missing voice lines right now. So I'm gonna support with this one, so good luck with that. What a coincidence. Mr. Kinich and I were talking about you two just a few minutes ago. Unfortunately for me, he's a very loyal friend. I pressed him for some juicy details, but he remained tight-lipped about you. So, anything you want to share about me, the great traveler's triumphant exploit in Natlan? It was a team effort. Modest as ever. Anyway, I'm gonna bit hit myself. Sorry. Let me backtrack a little. Hi, you two. It's been ages. What brings you back to Fontaine?
Hey there, you two. Fancy running into you here.
Hey, Kinich, what a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, that, and also a less than pleasant shock. What the heck was all that about a Saurian meat restaurant and the Udex getting stabbed? Please say you weren't being serious.
Oh, Dad? We're just trading tabloid headlines. Is that what you're talking about?
Trading tabloid headlines?
Correction, Paimon.
Yeah. Charlotte and I were having a little contest to see who could find the most ridiculous fake news stories.
Oh, so it's like a challenge to see who spot the fake story.
Either I got lucky, or I have a knack for honing in on the most outrageous material.
I'm sorry. You have such an unflattering side to Fontaine, Mr. Kinich. These third-rate tabloids write their headlines for to shock and scandalize. All they care is grabbing your attention to boost their sales. The ones with still shredded credibility will at least clarify the truth in the main body of the article, although the misladen headline is still underhanded trick to draw readers in. But others, like the one we just reading aloud, have no qualms about making outright fabrications.
If I had to quantify it, I'd say about 1% of what they write is the truth.
That's pretty lenient of you, Mr. Kinich.
Huh? Him? Lenient? Oh, you gotta be kidding!
Uh-oh!
Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to give credit to these so-called news stories for occasionally including a grain of truth. All I'm saying is, even the wildest leaps of the human imagination are always rooted in reality.
You mean all those fake headlines you mentioned actually do have some basis in fact?
Sure they do. For instance, there was in fact a smuggling trial recently. Considering the amount of speculation surrounding the smuggled goods, it's no wonder there are rumors about restaurants serving saurian meat or teacups being unearthed from ancient ruins. But in reality, the goods in question were simply a few ancient relics dug up from ruins in Natlan. Rest assured, no saurians were harmed in the process.
Oh, true. No saurians were harmed in the process. And if you're wondering why Udix didn't preside over the trial, it's because this case was assigned to another judge right from the offset. If the Paladin Mermonia is only one judge, we expect Monsieur Nubile to handle every single case himself. On a more interesting note, the trial question went remarkably smoothly, and it's all thanks to you, Mr. Kenich's testimony as a key witness.
Oh, okay. Paimon was so busy freaking out about those headlines that she totally forgot to ask why you're here in Fontaine, Kenich.
Phew, with all of Mr. Steady, the world's not going to end. Maybe not, but even better world for me if Mr. Kenich here will agree to another exclusive interview with the Steambird.
It was a pretty open and shut case, and my testimony in court was clear enough. But I'm guessing, Mademoiselle Charlotte, that you're less interested in the case than you are in trying to uncover some news stories about Natlan.
Drat, you saw right through me! Guess I pulled it down to keep instincts or renowned Soren Hunter. Any response to that, or...
I appreciate your kind invitation, but like I said, storytelling isn't really my forte.
Kenich the speechless! Kenich the tongue-tied!
What the hell, here, people?
Huh?
Yeah, the question mark is, why is Ahau not attached to anything?
If you're dead set on doing an interview, why not talk to the Traveler instead?
Back to me again. Ah, of course, that's a brilliant idea. But that also means I need more time to prep. Let me put together a thorough list of the interview question. Sounds like I'm not really allowed to refuse. Well, I know I can be persistent, but at the end of the day, it's your call. Anyway, I should probably get back to work. I also need to go track down a gestionnaire and report these increasingly outrageous tabloids. Farewell, my friends, until we meet again.
Charlotte never stops, does she?
Man, I miss Charlotte's VA. Please throw her voice back.
Anyway, Paimon just has to ask. That how thing that popped out before, or was it a how? It kind of looked like a how, but at the same time...
Oh, that thing. Yeah, that was a how.
Huh?
Why have you Ahau's...
What's up with him? Like, he's still noisy, but he's way quieter than before. It's like he's trying to hide or something.
Maybe he's not acclimatizing very well to Fontaine. Just what I remember in the first set stone to the Fontaine, you're allowed to bring either a balloon or some particular anything, because floating things aren't allowed on this rule. Because of that, if you saw like, oh, there's a fairy in the if you missed it on the story, I suggest story spoilers.
Could be.
Yep.
Not acclimatizing? Aw, poor Almighty Dragon Lord is not feeling well.
Wow, sassy Paimon!
Too bad he can't come out to argue back.
What do you mean?
It means there's a rule here, Paimon, remember?
There's nothing physically wrong with him. It actually has to do with a strange law we learned about after arriving in Fontaine.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's forbidden to release flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month.
I get it now.
Paimon sure does. Paimon's been down this road before. There's an easy solution. As long as Kenich holds onto a house tail, he'll be considered an Almighty Dragon Lord balloon, not a flying Almighty Dragon Lord.
Not gonna lie, I was considering that. But Ahau wasn't too thrilled with the idea of huffing and puffing away in the form of a mini helium balloon. That said, It's pretty annoying how he keeps randomly popping up all of a sudden. Anyway, this morning I saw a notice outside the Palais Mermonia about an event that's set to take place outside the city soon. Something to do with filmmaking. I hear that's all the rage here.
A
I was
rage?
planning to stay here and do some exploring for a few extra days anyway, so I think I'll go check it out. It'll be a good chance to let that noisy helium balloon out. He might even learn a thing or two. If you're free, why don't you come along?
Sure, always for a bit for fun.
I know where it is, so let me lead the way.
Whirling Waltz, an overnight fantasy land. Let's go some. Well, one thing's for sure, some things never change from the English VA voice is still going on. Yeah. We're going to somewhere. This location is right over there by Marcotte Station. Looks like we're going down to the some sort. Don't remind me of this.
Looks like I remembered correctly. Here we are.
Wow, this is awesome! Hard to believe it was just an empty beach before.
Yeah, it was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the Opera House. There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine. Quite impressive.
A few days? One night was all it took. Rap-a-tap-tap, ta-da! Is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no, no, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away.
You know, there's something oddly familiar about the way you talk.
Well, I can't believe you actually remember me. It's me, Lepine Pauline. That's right, the unlucky one.
Well, maybe because you're busy, some proper work lately?
Of course! How else would we have managed to build Fantasyland in a single night?
Yeah, it reminds me the one particular character who loves some dreams become reality.
Fantasyland?
At least that's how I like to think of it myself. A magical land of fantasy, the stuff of film buffs' dreams. I know it sounds like I'm laying it on thick, but that really is the goal here. As you can see, the theme of this amusement park is Fontainian filmmaking, a place for all film lovers to come together and co-construct a world of dreams.
Co-construct? Well, that's a relief. Sounds like you're sharing the cost this time rather than pouring your entire life savings into a single project.
Nope! I might be inviting others to help fund this, but that doesn't mean I haven't thrown all of my life savings into it too!
I love that.
You've got to be kidding.
Oh boy.
Look at you, puny little humans. Recklessly betting your entire future against some stupid vanity project. If you're expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the almighty Dragon Lord, dream on! Mockery is all you shall get, straight from the heart!
Sorry, just ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally.
Gizmoid? Who you calling Gizmoid? You're the Gizmoid!
poor hey-how. Laugh all you want.
Wow! That's quite a nifty mecha you've got yourself there. Is it some sort of smart personal assistant? You ought to let Miss Charlotte see your cool gadget. Who knows? Maybe you could even look into mass production.
Mass production? Ugh, insolent, vulgar, and disrespectful! I, the almighty Dragon Lord, am one of a kind! There has never been another like me, nor will there ever be!
Look at the reaction for this. That was golden.
And another thing, smart is the understatement of the century! I shall have you know that I am Kahulahau, forebear of ancient wisdom! I lived for eons long before any of you were born!
What? Heavens above! I beg your pardon, forebear of ancient wisdom. Please, I meant no offense.
Idiot meets idiot.
Yep.
What's all the fuss? Making some new friends, are we?
Hey, it's Navia.
Miss Navia! Allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, president of Fontaine Spina di Rosula.
Hello, everyone. Partner, Paimon, how have you been lately?
Very well, thanks. Even better that you're here.
Hello there. I'm Kanich.
What about me? What about me? My useless servant can't even give me a proper introduction.
Really? Oh, that's not the proper way for the introduction or for this young, classy lady up like that.
You think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an introduction?
The answer? Yes.
He's not wrong. I caught yours just now, in fact. So, you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. Ahau. It's a pleasure to meet you.
What problem?
Oh, see that? That's what I call proper manners.
She wants to beat you, but fortunately, you don't have any hands, Ahau.
Well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the almighty Dragon Lord by his name. Navia, don't you think the title Almighty Dragon Lord is a bit silly?
It's no big deal. All little animals do that, don't they? I mean, try to puff themselves up to look more impressive.
Ahau's totally being treated like a little cuddly pet.
Anyway, it's all thanks to Miss Navia and the Spina di Rosula that Fantasyland's gotten up and running in the space of a single night. Honestly, thank heavens! After all that paperwork and endless waiting, the event and venue finally got the green light. I couldn't wait a moment longer. The second the approval came through, I reached out to President Navia hoping she could lend a hand. After all, who else but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such impulsive demands?
Well, not gonna lie.
Sorry, traveler. Miss Lapine Pauline sometimes gets a bit overwhelmed by her own excitement, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing she hasn't gone into much detail about the event yet, so let me fill you in. In short, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is a fan convention that's open to film enthusiasts from all over Teyvat. Miss Lapine Pauline is hosting this event, and also providing technical support.
Huh? Cheval Moran?
That's right! The one and only Surintendant Cheval Moran! After much persistence and many solicitations, I finally obtained Lady Farina's permission to use the image of her close friend. Not only is our adorable mascot drawing in fans by the minute, but she's also boosting her own popularity. And that was always the goal, a win-win arrangement.
It's been a while since we last met, but still, it's a surprise to hear Lapine Pauline coming out with such sensible ideas. By the way, Miss Lapine Pauline, have you decided to switch careers and go into film tech?
Not exactly. By chance, one of the prototype lenses I developed caught a photographer's eye, and it's now being used for the latest cinematic productions. Thanks to this unexpected opportunity, I've had the chance to invent various film-related equipment and props.
That's right. So don't underestimate Miss Lapine Pauline, our resident engineer. She's the technical powerhouse at the core of this entire event. As for the Spina di Rosula, we're mainly here to take care of planning, operations, and management. For anyone feeling inspired to set up a booth, Miss Lapine Pauline and I will provide the necessary technical and operational support once their application has been approved. By the way, traveler, are you at all interested in taking part? It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income. Plus, with your skills, I'm sure you could bring something special to the table.
You know what? Sign me up!
Paimon would be even more tempted if you were to say, throw in one of those fancy feasts she's seen in those gourmet food reels.
Oh really, Paimon? Another food, Paimon?
Well, as it happens, that'll be a piece of cake. Everyone needs to
Oh.
eat, whether they be tourists or the stall owners themselves. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite none other than the celebrity chef, Miss Escoffier, to run our theme restaurant. Look over there.
Oh, she's here?
You! Yes, you! For the last time, the ingredients have to be in the right ratio! Get it right next time, or you might as well just lie down on the chopping board yourself.
So, if you didn't get any characters like this one, Escoffier is a famous chef and pioneer of Fontaine's precision gastronomy. She's kind of like, reference from Food Wars. Well, I loved anime Food Wars, but sounds like she has a capable, good hands from that, from Busy, from the starting their business.
She seems a bit busy right now.
Well, I'm sold. I think I'll make a How go be her assistant.
You little... What's your game here?
Demoiselle, sorry to bother you, but there's an issue over here that requires your personal attention.
Apologies. Looks like it's back to work with me. Please feel free to take a gander at what we've got. Anyway, if you're interested in taking part, come find me later.
Sure thing. We did some good ideas right now. We're talking to Navia already. We talked about some sort. Let's go ask about the Lapine Pauline. What is this all about convention?
Greetings. Apologies if you overheard my harsh words just now, but I assure you it is entirely necessary.
Look at her reaction over here. That was like amazing. And look at that. The expressions looks in her face. That's why I'm trying to get her from the banner.
The sheer lack of standards here will be the death of me. Do you have any idea of the kind of customers I'm gonna get with how lax things are at the moment? The ones that leave their guns behind by accident, and then come back to collect them later, bringing ammunition with them.
Yeah, that's the kind of customer you wouldn't forget in a hurry.
Oh.
Wait, has that happened before?
No, it's just the mention of guns reminded me. Someone did actually leave their gun nearby. Just before we
Indeed.
started setting up, as we were cleaning up the site, someone stumbled upon a mysterious locked box. It didn't look like something from Fontaine, though. It had more of a Natlanese vibe.
Oh?
Yeah.
Do you think a foreign tourist might have left it behind?
That's what I assumed at first. But the box was buried beneath a pile of wooden planks, rocks, and whatnot, so it seemed like someone deliberately hid it there. But I didn't see much point in speculating, so the best thing I could think of was to hand it over to the authorities. I trekked all the way over to the Palais Mermonia just to hand it in. Ugh, it was exhausting.
What did the authorities make of it?
Oh, they made a mountain out of a molehill, as usual. Before even addressing the question of what was actually inside the box, they had several heated discussions about whose responsibility it was to write the lost and found notice. Thankfully, the ever-reliable Officer Sedine stepped up and immediately called in the Marechaussee Phantom to crack the lock and check if there were any dangerous items inside. And, as it turned out, there was a gun.
Wow, that's a dangerous item, all right.
A very dangerous item indeed.
Mind if I ask what kind of gun it was?
Oh yeah, Mr. Kanich, you're from Natlan, aren't you? Do you know a lot about guns?
You could say it comes with the job. I have an interest in weaponry and the like.
Ugh, such a spoiled brat. What, are the toys I gave you not good enough for you anymore?
Come on.
Yep, got sick of those long ago.
You little... Don't dare you turn your nose up at my gifts! Why
Time for a timeout, old-timer. Sorry, where were we? Oh yeah, do you recall what the gun looked like?
It's a bit hard to describe. If you ask me, it didn't even really look like a gun.
Okay, give me something.
Give me a second. I'll knock out a quick sketch.
Okay. I'll make it get something that your photographic memory looks like.
Something like this.
Very interesting. But that wasn't the gun I'm looking for. It might be something connected to.
Whoa, it's so neat and precise.
Sketched up by a professional engineer after all.
It's nothing. Sorry. Is something wrong with my drawing? I know it doesn't really look like a gun, but I assure you, this is exactly what it looked like. And it certainly could shoot as well, too. I confirmed that with the officer from the Marechaussee Phantom.
No, quite the opposite. The features are very accurate, and it is definitely from Natlan. Please, don't mind me. I'm just taking a moment to admire it.
Can't wait for the event to get started.
I should be the one thanking you. Thank you, and everyone else for your support.
Don't mention it. Besides, we haven't really done anything.
Not at all. The buzz and excitement you guys bring is exactly what this event needs. Oh dear, I'm starting to feel a bit guilty watching everyone else toil away. Guess it's about time I got back to work too. But just before I go, one last thing. Traveler, it's wonderful to see you. Here's to a successful collaboration.
Do success calibration. It seems like he needs to have something to say. Let's go find a quiet spot.
I'm sure you noticed that there was something unusual about that gun.
It looks like ancient.
Correct. It's most likely an old weapon dug up from some ancient dragon ruins. Based on my experience, it might be more accurate to refer to it as a hand cannon, but in Fontaine terms, it's not wrong to call it a gun. Given why I came here, don't you think it's curious that an ancient dragon relic of unknown origin would turn up like this, out of the blue? I suspect this gun might have something to do with that smuggling case. It might have slipped through the cracks. Time is of the essence, so I'd like to head over to the Palais Mermonia to verify my suspicions.
I'll think I'll join you.
Perfect. Then we can head out right away.
I'll show you go to the Palais Memoria.
Or, if you want to catch up with your friends first, I can wait.
But don't worry, it will be something particular with, especially Escoffier's being busy and a lot of things. Let's go to the Palais Memoria.
Oh, man.
Oh, hey, Aoife and Auroron. Huh?
Are you mimicking me? Now's not the time. Come on.
No, I mean, one of our buddies is here, for real. Quite a few of them, actually.
Auroron, Aoife, what brings you to Fontaine?
Huh? How come you're... Ah, I'm guessing Kanich is here because of that international smuggling case, right? I've heard quite a bit about that.
Word sure gets around quickly, huh?
First time abroad and you're already making headlines.
Oh, stop it. It's not like I was the center of attention.
Wasn't expecting to see the Traveler and Paimon here too, though.
Come on, Aoife.
Huh?
A traveler, by definition, is someone who travels around.
Fair point. Anyway, back on topic. Wait a second. I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about again?
Why, you're all here, of course.
For vegetables.
Cuckoo.
Yeah. What? What? Okay, that was like two-way funny. Not the T-W-O-O, the two-W-O. Like, the one to say for vegetables and for cuckoo. Like, okay, it's for vegetables for sure, but I didn't notice the Brober is missing.
I'll go first. It's for the Chevrolamine Film Fantasyland. Wait, is that right?
It's Cheval Moran.
Chobolbaru.
Ah, right. I keep stumbling over that one.
Alright,
Guess I owe Cheval Moran an apology, even if she's not here.
Oh, it's okay.
Anyway, long story short, the festival restaurant urgently needed fresh vegetables from Natlan, which is why Aoife and I are here.
Ah,
So,
true.
you guys are vegetable couriers?
He is. I'm just here as a responsible adult. It's his first time traveling so far away from home, and all the elders in his tribe were worried. So they had me come along.
Ah, makes sense.
Even though it's your first time too.
Right. But they still picked me to accompany you. You gotta wonder why that might be.
True.
Don't you get it? They all just saw how overworked you were, so they used it as an excuse to send you off on a vacation.
Wait, what? So I'm getting the grandson treatment now too? See? Doesn't matter how much older you are than this dude. Hang out with him long enough, and you'll eventually find yourself being treated like a kid.
Meaning everyone looks after you. What's so bad about that?
In theory, nothing at all. In that case, guess I better start over. Hi guys, my name's Aoife, and I just turned 5.
Really? Nice to meet you, little bro.
Paimon's not sure who the responsible adult is anymore. So, what about Kakuku?
Oh.
If he was here, we'd be making more of a ruckus than we already are.
That's exactly what's got me worried.
Aoife, there's nothing to worry about. You're a big boy. You can handle yourself now even without Kakuku.
You think that's what I'm worried about? Anyway, my priority right now is Kakuku. Suffice it to say, Kakuku's in big doo-doo.
What?
So, he's so small, and all he knows are a few harmless phrases. What kind of trouble could he even get himself into?
Let me guess. Did he get caught out by the law on flying objects?
Bro, you too?
Not me. How?
Oh, that pesky little chatterbox. So that's why he hasn't interrupted us this whole time. Guess he's too scared to show his face.
That, plus he's already spouted enough nonsense for one day. So I've put him on mute until tomorrow.
Nice one. If I was even half as decisive as you are, I would have kept a closer hold on Kakuku so he didn't get a chance to go flying off.
I guess that's what flying objects do.
Oh no, bro. Or rather, did Kakuku get caught by the guards for flying around?
If they had managed that, we'd at least be able to track him down. But when the guards started chasing him, Kakuku flew into that building next door. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a high-stakes pursuit going down in there as we speak. Just like one of those cool crime movies.
Ooh, hidden talent reference.
Which building? That one?
Yup, that's the one. Kakuku sure has a good eye for a getaway. It's the tallest building around. I may be able to fly up pretty high, but checking every last window would still take quite a while. As for Aoife, well, let's just say he's not flying anywhere without a Saurian. Sorry about that.
Not like it's my fault, though. You don't have to apologize on my behalf.
Wait a sec. What's this got to do with how high you can fly? Kakuku's got himself into a real mess here, like a panicked animal running straight into a trap. It's pretty worrying. I'm starting to picture him flapping through a barrage of gunfire while important documents are flying about left, right, and center.
Heck yeah! If anyone can pull it off, it's Kakuku. He's always been such an awesome Saurus. I believe in him.
In other words, in this building, there could be not one awesome Saurus, but two.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
Of course I'm for real. I'd never make light of something like that.
All right. Everyone's an awesome Saurus. Well, the human version. But our priority right now should be to go in there and check up on Kakuku.
As it happens, Kenichi and I were just heading over to the palace for something else.
Leave it to us.
Yeah.
You sure? Wow, awesome. That'll be a huge help.
Yeah.
And if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
Wait, since when was that up to you?
Well, then it's your call, bro.
All right then, if Kakuku doesn't listen to you, I also give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
There you go. If he objects to that, tell him to come find us.
He won't. Trust me.
Well, we're on the way.
Nothing new there? What's all that commotion? Are they arguing in there?
One way to figure it out.
No way, bro!
Are you feeling okay, Monsieur Nouvellette?
Did he say he came from Natlan? No.
Get out of here!
What? Really?
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
Oh no.
Hey, for real now.
He keeps repeating the same things over and over again.
Oh, you know one another.
Well, he's a bro of a bro.
He's a friend. Yeah, a saurian friend of a human friend.
Great. Well, that was easy. Looks like we've tracked down the owner. Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur Neuvillette.
For real?
Traveling. Was there something important you wanted to discuss with the Udex? I'm just about done with my business here. Need me to step out?
Stay and hear them out first. Perhaps it will have some bearing on your own work. If I'm not mistaken, you are the same Mr. Kanich who served as a witness in the smuggling trial? I take it there's been a further development in the case.
That's right. Very perceptive, Mr. Udex.
So you've met Neuvillette before? But wasn't the trial overseen by another judge?
I've seen his photo in the papers. But as for this other gentleman...
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Wriothesley, administrator of the Fortress of Meripede. Or in layman's terms, Fontaine's prison warden. Please, feel free to share anything about the case. There's no need to keep anything from him.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you!
Wow, that sounded just like me. But should we really discuss official business in front of the Saurian?
Oh, wow! Oh, no!
Kakuko, you're in like a fourth wall in the Genshin history right now. That was a really funny thing, you know.
I believe he said... Or rather, I suppose he meant that he'll keep this to himself. Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Sure thing, bro!
Yeah. This was a bit strange. But are they a really great pair of awesome sorry?
Let us return to the matter at hand. Mr. Kanich, was there something else you wanted to discuss relating to the case?
Yes. Let me fill you in.
He each tells Neuvillette and Wriothesley about Lepine Pauline finding the gun. Neuvillette acquires the rebel personnel, and sure enough, they locate the bugs in the gun that Lepine Pauline spoke of.
Wow! It really is exactly like Lepine Pauline's sketch! That must be all that practice drawing engineering blueprints, huh?
So if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case, then there's a high chance we overlooked a suspect.
That's exactly my line of thought.
I see. Mr. Kanich, thank you for reporting this promptly. I'll arrange for the Marechaussee Phantom to investigate right away. We should begin by questioning the prisoners in custody. Wriothesley.
I'll sign off on the interrogation request. Don't you worry.
That would be much appreciated.
It's lucky that the Palais Mermonia wasn't scheduled to release any public bulletins today, and that this gun's lost and found notice hasn't been written up yet. In other words, the news hasn't leaked.
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being. If there's any progress in the investigation or you need my help, feel free to reach out anytime.
That goes for me too.
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lepine Pauline's convention. If there's any news, we'll keep you all posted.
Marvelous. Thank you all. Well then, all that's left is to...
Kakuku.
You miss me, bro?
Don't miss me, bro. Hilarious.
He really does come out with the most unexpected things. Who did he learn it all from?
A couple of top bros from Natlin.
Huh. Well, it's pretty extraordinary.
Anyway, according to due process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kukuku qualifies as a flying object. And, following on from our conversation just now, He also needs to sign a confidentiality agreement. Drafting said agreement may take some time.
Looks like you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kakuku. Excited?
I can help to pass some messages on his friends.
That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
Don't mention it.
Alright then, we'd better get going. No need to see us off.
Well, let's go tell Aurora about this. It's kind of sad that all of them, they're gonna be stuck in, right? Like, don't leave me bro bird behind.
Aurora and Aoife, we found Kakuku!
What's the situation? How bad is it?
Well, there was some good news and some bad news.
Oh no. When I saw that Kakuku wasn't with you, I'd already prepared myself for the worst.
Relax, Aoife. Maybe Kakuku just prefers high-rise living now. Sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up and make their own choices in life.
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
It's not that bad. Kakuku's fine. Still very much alive and kicking for starters.
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
Even have an interesting chat with some variable VIPs.
See?
You're not exactly reassuring me here.
As for the bad news, well, it's really not that bad. Kakuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff, so he has to stay at the Palais Mermonia for a while to sign a confidentiality agreement. But there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kakuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
You will just have to wait a bit longer.
All right. That doesn't sound too bad after all. Wow, hearing that's put my mind to rest.
But based on my understanding of how things work here, the ban on flying objects should be over by the time Kakuku actually gets out.
What a shame. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to go have some fun without him.
You don't look disappointed in the slightest.
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.
Alright, bro.
Yay, problem solved! Alright, let's catch up another day.
And the quest is completed. Yay! That was a hilarious way to end the first part of that. So, we're gonna show you from how being currently for this situation. If I check this. There's supposed to be one to talk about the business about Navia for some sort. But why you say we can talk about it and explain it what is something about the business looks like? Just have to do a simple favor thing before we can proceed the next segment. Because we're gonna still talk about Navia first and how this situation is for entire time. Hey, Navia!
Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew?
Alright, let's do this.
It's time, dear partner in Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland. As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Spina di Rosula to handle the planning, construction, and operations. Of course, Enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event booths. We, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy guides for the different activities.
Long-term operations? Strategy? It all sounds so complicated. We spend most of our time adventuring, and we barely have any experience running a stall. Do you think we can handle this?
You know, Paimon, we've done plenty of big business ourselves back in Mondstadt.
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? I'd even go as far as to say you've shaped some of Tevat's biggest business ventures.
For real?
First things first. Let's get an overview of how the whole festival's gonna be run.
So,
As you can see, our fantasy land's a bit like a sugar-free macaron right now. Several areas are still under construction. The Spina's only been able to hire a limited number of craftsmen. Besides, we don't have enough experience to handle multiple projects simultaneously. That's why I chose to adopt a time slot-based planning method, so we can focus on specific tasks during each designated period. Upgrading facilities, expanding the venue, hiring staff. All of this requires funds and time slots to accomplish. So, it's our job to allocate precious time slots in each business cycle to the most worthwhile tasks. As we attract more guests and earn money to add to our funds, we'll also be able to work more efficiently, which will allow us to divide each cycle into finer time slots, which will let us get more done.
So we'll be limited in the decisions we can make and tasks we can focus on within each time period. Which means we have to use our limited actions and Mora to earn even more Mora. Kinda like playing chess or cards then. Cooking up a strategy in advance is gonna be key.
just like that, it's a similar for potions, but this is the different one for business stuff. It reminds me of while backing in the game from, like, for example, you can start a business, it's even more Mora.
Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Traveler?
Wow, guess we'll learn on the job.
Yep, come on, we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned standardized strategy guides just now. Does that mean there are non-standard ways to take part too?
Of course. Film and entertainment mean different things to different people, and there's gonna be a wide range of exciting activities for people to try out. If we're not careful, some visitors might wander off and end up getting in trouble, and others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized strategy guide for each activity. Just think of it like a walkthrough.
I get it. You want me to set the benchmark.
Wow, if we're the first ones to test out the activities, who knows what surprises there could be waiting for us. But if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on our skills to carry us through.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put you in danger, partner. I carefully checked all the existing activities before you arrived, and I can assure you that they're all perfectly safe. I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to. It'll be fun. Plus, we'd like to hear your thoughts and suggestions.
Oh, those are two things Navia is best at. Making people feel safe and having fun.
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is super important to us. All right then, let's start with eclectic escapades and put our first guide together.
Okay. So this is how you get started for the business, with particular how many cycles you have. Basically, you have to do with the collect it with your information, some stuff, but I'm not gonna do it for the rest of them from the excitement for this one. And especially, I already finished this story quest, so daily rewarded. But I'll be back for even some off-streaming stuff to see how progress went well. So, it's only just one more thing to do before we end this up. So, stay tuned and we'll be figuring it out then, right? We're back from for one last segment before we end this up. First of all, I got Escoffier right here on the center stage right here. So what I'm thinking is I was rolling during on streaming and then I got exactly needed for the just for her. If you go check over here, you'll see why. And it makes me a little bit relief for now for that some particular here. And I did finish every single one of them. If you pay attention of off streaming on this some store, this is the results I currently so far.
Guest of the divine, you deserve the finest cuisine Teyvat has to offer. I hope my work is to your satisfaction. If you have an interest in the culinary arts, allow me to introduce you to the wonderful world of haute cuisine. I just hope you're mentally prepared for the undertaking. I don't tolerate a quitter.
At least we got something in particular. And Ifa too. Well, it was a journey to the blast of some sort, but especially we got some little taking care of Primo's it's called Primo's grinding. Yeah, Primo's grinding. So, yeah. So, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna teleport the Inazuma this time. You will remember in the Chidori, is it Chidori? It's Chiori. It's Chiori's debut. I invented with the teleportation from Inazuma to Fountain. Now we're going to do a vice versa. So instead going teleport or whatsoever, I'm gonna teleport where exactly we're gonna use the spot for until the
Know of any new orchestral pieces?
Yeah. Okay, Escoffier. I know you started to fun a little bit, but I was gonna say we're gonna teleport into the Inazuma where we're going. So transition, please. Okay, we're transitioning to here from the same as last time. But where are we exactly right now? Well, then my lights goes off. Don't worry about that. So, Kidich and Raiden Shogun has happened to rerun. However, wrong button. One sec. Chornicle Wish is back for more. Yes, that's right. Same is from the Inazumas of the festival from the Liwei's theme, and now it's gonna be Inazuma's turn for this. So let me tell you about this story first before we can see something about this. We did pass around the generations, but besides like what do I get and what should do for this one for the opportunity. It might be something good for that one. So let's say you have a Chiori, Ayato, Yaimiko, Ito, Tokome, Yoimiya, Kazuha, and Ayaka to choose of the lucky wish for if you have something in particular with. Because Raiden Shogun's supposed to be on the Chronicle wish. Instead, they chose this for the separate banners. Makes sense because of it's themed by Inazuma All Star Cast for this particular. So I'm not gonna roll for these characters, but the weapons, if you choose it right, you either get Tsurugi is Chiyori's weapon, Aran Gabaku Futsu is Ayato's weapon, Miss Splitter Reforge. I think this is the a sword user. If you pay attention for that one, if like all the sword users can use it by in particular. I thought it was gonna be a Raiden's weapon or some sword, but no. But it looks like it's some sort. Freedom Swarm is Perkazua's. Red Horn Stone Treasure is Ito's that I got 150-50 by losing is by an winnable. Kokura's Verity is Yai Miko's weapon. I decided to roll a bit for the for off streaming instead, and I got this one. Everlasting Moonglow, that will be Kokumi's weapon. But it's really good, powerful. And Thunder Impulse, that would be work on Yoimiya, but it's other characters can use it. So decisions, who's gonna get? So I'm gonna go with Miss Splitter Reforge just for this one, and then because this is theme right here, and then I might have to get the Engulfing Lightning for Raiden's weapon, but I'm not sure we're gonna get this as soon as possible. But I'm saving something else for particular way, so it might be in the future. This will get a chance to get there. So good luck with that. So, and then for the Kirich and Raiden's banner, they have Toma as returning, Kujusara has never been seen a while since that in the past, and Lynette. Really? Lynette is always here with the other one, so makes sense for that one. So, if you have to go those two of them, you might have to get it right now, but I already did experiences from some sort, like I did one by 50-50 by Raiden Shogun, I lost 50-50. It can be done for every single one of them. But we gotta save it up even more? Yes, I could myself, but good luck getting those. This is the one we have to get as soon as possible. I hope this is the new one, which is gonna be exciting for that one. And that's gonna be it for this one in Chronicle Wish Banner in Inazuma's All-Star style. There's nothing else to do right now besides a lot of things going on, so. But next update was something get ready for even more challenging. So make sure you follow us on YouTube at JC Cueto and twitch.tv/ArizoOmega7 to see me at the ever like the trips, everything, etc. And while on the Twitch side, I always use it for schedules and walkthroughs and something fun stuff going on. So hope you for joy for this 5.6 in Genshin. My name is JC, and I will see you guys in 5.7. See you soon. or a lot of things going on. So good luck hunting, and whatever it comes to what your decision is.